Yeah, everybody hit your mics.
Yep.
So I'll call the meeting of the Board of Zoning Appeals to order. First item of business is, the new business is adoption of the minutes from the last month's meeting. So are there any additions or corrections to the minutes as submitted? And I'm assuming that everybody has been able to review them through your emails.
Yes, sir.
So we need a motion to approve, deny, or correct.
I move we approve the minutes from the September meeting.
Okay, is there a second to Jessica's motion?
I'll second it.
Okay, all those in favor of the motion to approve the minutes as submitted, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so the minutes are approved as submitted. And failed to mention it for the record before we did that Jessica will be sitting in tonight for Ms. Willis, who is out of town attending a family funeral, so our alternate will be participating tonight. Okay, we're moving right into our cases for tonight. Our first case is case number V1025-1. William Nicholson, on behalf of Brightwood Rotary Club, has applied for a variance of Madison County Code of Ordinances, Appendix 1, Article 12.5.3. No sign shall be erected, maintained, or operated which is not effectively shielded so as to prevent beams or rays of light from being directed as any portion of the travelways of streets or highways in which of such intensity or brilliance as to cause glare or to impair the vision of the driver of any vehicle. And Article 12.7.3, no sign shall be located or illuminated in such a manner as to cause a traffic hazard. No flashing, rotating, visually moving, or physically agitated signs are permitted in any district. The applicant is requesting the variance in order to construct a new sign. The variance is requested for property located at 4689 Lillard's Ford Road and further identified as Madison County Tax Map 32-26. So someone representing the Rutons?
Yeah. I got my brother here, and
All right, just for the record, tell everybody who you are.
I'm William Nicholson. I've been a native of Brightwood for 75 years, and a member of the Brightwood Rotary Club, vice president. And we purchased this electronic sign with the intention of maybe drawing more public into some of our breakfasts, our music night, and for the rental of our club for whatever night of the week that
Right.
somebody wants to rent it. And we hope it'll give us a little more community.
Sure.
Hurricane Helene, and a lot of people in the community, sick people, hospitalized, that need the money for their doctor bills and hospital bills, and people that have lost their homes and need money to get started back again. That's kind of what we do with all of the donations we get and our fundraisers that we have. And we'll especially give, ask for maybe you guys can do the variance for us to put this sign up. And
Okay.
maybe we could help you guys out. Need to run a building.
Alan, what specifically is the part of the ordinance that they need relief on? I mean, it's a lot of, reading through the VDOT data and their ordinance, here.
Well, the VDOT data, we don't have any authority over.
Right.
But the local ordinance, let me pull it up here real quick. I think we do quote the individual language here. These are the two ordinances. And so prohibited signs in Article 12-5 says, no sign shall be erected, maintained, or operated. And then we have two specific ordinances here, which you read off in the case study, which are not effectively shielded so as to prevent bright beams or rays of light from being directed at any portion of traveled ways. I think how the planning commission got to recommending this one is that we have lighting ordinances that require light to be downward facing.
Right,
So instead of a light bulb that would emit in all directions, it has to be shielded on the top in order to keep our skies as dark as possible. So this was designed in such a way to, to not have light going in every which direction, and also not to cause a distraction going down the highway. Now, we know that some of these signs do exist. There's a couple of churches in Madison that have them. The Riva Fire Department on the Culpeper side of the line certainly has one. I think that's what they modeled their particular sign on. But with flashing or visibly moving lights, that's the very essence of what this particular sign will do. And so if, using as an example the Riva Fire Hall, I'm assuming that you're all familiar with that sign. That's what they're trying to accomplish here. So when the Ruitons came to me and asked for a zoning permit, and I pulled the sign regulations, these were the two sections of the ordinance that were conflicting with their proposal.
so the sign that you guys are proposing has flashing, rotating, and visually moving parts? Or is it just a stationary sign that's illuminated?
Stationary sign.
That's
like,
illuminated?
We have one at our church, and it's probably very similar to that. It's basically LED
Yeah,
round bulbs in there, and
Sorry
it's,
about that.
it doesn't flash and it doesn't glare. I
this
mean,
one's
it's,
not supposed to be doing that, that's what
right,
they said
I
when
mean,
we
it's,
bought it.
and they don't shine directly, it just basically shines on the inside of that side. It just lights it up. And I'm sure it's very similar to ours.
Yeah,
We have one at Bethel that we put up.
and you just put in whatever you wanna put on the sign, and then
Yep.
the one we have there now is an older style sign.
Right,
It's got those letters that don't have fit in there right, that all that stuff is about worn out over the 25, 30 years that it's been there.
right.
So we just wanted to upgrade it a little bit, make it a little more simpler to advertise our Wilson Club and our, whatever we doing, our events or yard sales or whatever.
Right.
So the Riva sign, fire station sign, moves. I mean, it flashes up stuff and follows along a line. The sign is stationary, but the lights
The
move.
lettering change.
Right.
Yeah.
And with the blue, it really looks like a police car.
It does.
It's a
Yeah,
bad-
it does.
It's not a great sign, so I hope, are you saying yours will not be moving like that, progressive lighting, or?
Not supposed to be. I mean, we still got it in the box.
Okay,
We're not gonna, Plow and Harp, he said, has one.
Plow and Hearth has the same sign.
okay.
Is this gonna be like the Rivas fire sign and the Madison fire sign where it's low to the ground, or is this gonna be more elevated because of where it's at the club?
So we're looking at, 6 feet off the ground?
Okay. Double-sided? Both
Yes, ma'am.
sides are gonna have the message?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yep. Northbound, southbound, 29.
So I have a question about how you will maintain it. And is there someone that lives nearby that will be, is it on a timer that it goes on or off, or if there's any kind of a problem with winds and stuff? Who's the watcher of it?
Well, whatever members are there to maintain it, it could be like if ever who's renting a building says, well, we're gonna advertise a music night tomorrow night.
Okay,
They'll go out there and put it in a couple days before and have it advertised,
okay.
and turn it off after everything's over.
Pardon the interruption. Mr. Nicholson, if you could kindly hold the microphone, please, so we can hear you when we go back for our minutes later. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, whatever who's in charge of renting the building, and we have a person that comes out there and they put the sign up, well, they'll turn the sign on and turn it off when it's empty, after it's been cleaned up.
But
And-
if it's like the one that we've got at our church, it's a dusk to dawn light. it comes on at dark and it goes off at daylight.
Okay.
And I'm sure yours is
I'm sure it could be set on a timer
basically the
basis.
same thing.
Mostly all of our people that rent are not usually in there any later than 12. They usually shut down about 11 and clean up, have it cleaned up and out of there by 12 o'clock. So, and a lot of times we don't start before 7 o'clock on a Saturday for our breakfasts. So, Donnie wants to say something if y'all.
I would say most people who's going to come there is not going to use the sign because it's be like a family reunion. We're not going to turn the light on for family reunions or birthday parties. And most of them is conducted during the daylight hours. Very few things are at night. And if we use it, we're going to set it up when we want it. If we're having something, a meeting or a special event, we'll turn the lights on. And then when we're gone, we're going to turn them off.
So it's not gonna be a continuous
No,
message?
it's
Okay.
not going to be continuous. It's
Just when there's an event or
Yes,
something
ma'am.
going on?
And so you're talking about who's there to maintain it. If they need, we have at least, us three live less than a mile from it. And
Okay.
there's many other members there that live real close.
So if something happens and we need, the sign's flashing an error, you can call, somebody can be called and get out there?
We all got
Okay.
keys. We all have keys and it's, I'm constantly there every day.
I see cars there all the time.
Yeah, well, you gotta realize, we usually let the public, that's a place for the public to come and exercise. The bicycle group out of Charlottesville, they use it to bicycle, and people walk, that's where they park at. We've gave them that. See, we have a basketball goal, and kids come out and play basketball, and we do a lot for the community. I said, just the other day, we gave a kid $10,000 for it. So we earned that money, but that was not at night. It was all in the daytime. So it's not a continuous thing. It's they're gonna see it every day, every night. No, it's not gonna be like that. It's gonna be once in a while when we have an event for us, just for us, not for somebody who's having a birthday party or something like that.
That makes sense.
But so as far as you know, the sign that you already have, doesn't have a moving
No.
signature like
No,
Rivas
no,
does.
no.
Would you be willing to say that would be a condition of it, that
Yes, sir,
it's a
yeah,
stationary sign with no moving
exactly.
signature parts?
That's right. And from the information I've got, it's programmed inside the building.
Sure.
So we put on there what we want, and when the event is over, we're gonna turn it off, and till we need another event like it. There's not gonna be a bunch of people there every night.
Right.
Right, sure.
Limited use.
Sure.
But we got tired of going out and trying to fix the old one.
They wear out, they break down.
So
Just
we
like all of
appreciate it.
us.
We've been trying, I've been in it for about 10 years now, and it's a pain to go out there and change everything on it, and they don't fit no more, and the winds can crack them and blow them, and so we need one,
Okay,
bad, and we appreciate it.
thank you. Any other questions, comments from appeals board members? Then the chair will entertain a motion.
Point of order, Mr. Chairman. May I ask for public comment?
Oh, thank you. Is there any comment from the public regarding this case? Hearing none, back to the zoning appeals. Thank you, though. You gotta hit that part. I apologize. So the chair will entertain a motion.
I make a motion that the request be granted.
Okay, is there a second to Roger's motion?
I'll second that motion.
Okay, it's been moved and properly seconded, the variance be granted for the Ruritans. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So it is approved unanimously, so put your sign up.
Thank you.
I'll reach out in the next day or so, and we'll get you a permit.
Okay.
Sure.
As long as you meet all the VDOT stuff.
Yeah.
They gave you a small book here. Okay,
I don't think we have to do what VDOT.
well, that's good, Billy. Our next case is case number V1025-2. Hiram Blakey has applied for a variance of Madison County Code of Ordinance Appendix 1, Article 5.3, The minimum lot area of permitted uses shall be 1.5 acres without public water and sewer, and 1 acre with public water and sewer. All dwellings located on a parcel without public water and sewer shall have a minimum of 1.5 acres per dwelling. All dwellings located on a parcel with public water and sewer shall require a minimum of 1 acre per dwelling. In Madison County Code of Ordinance, Appendix 2, Article 456, non-conforming lots, remnants, or outlots, no subdivision which creates a non-conforming lot shall be approved. All remnants of lots or outlots below the minimum size remaining after subdividing a tract must be added to adjacent lots rather than allowed to remain as unbuildable parcels in order to create a non-conforming lot for a new single-family dwelling by subdividing property identified as 151 Blakey's Fry Lane, and further identified as Madison County Tax Map 49-31. So is someone representing this case here?
Mr. Chairman, the applicant is not here tonight.
Okay.
He was informed when the meeting was happened. However, I do know, and it is in your information packet, that he is in poor health, and he may
Yes.
not have been able to come
Okay.
tonight. So, but I have not heard from the applicant to express that. He was pretty adamant about coming earlier when we spoke to him.
So I guess we have the authority to table it for a month, or?
You can choose to act if you choose, if you want
Okay.
to. You are welcome to table it, and I will reach out to the applicant and express the board's desire that he appear. You can act as you see fit.
Why don't you tell us a little bit more about this case, and then we can go from there?
So the applicant in this case has the property that you can see identified here in your packet. It is too small to qualify for a subdivision as it stands, and so we need a variance from the area requirement in order to accomplish this. Indulge me for just a moment while I pull up a little more information here. So the parcel is 2.6 and some change acres,
Right.
and it's zoned R1. The minimum site size is 1.5 acres in this district. So either one or the other or both of the parcels, if he proposes a subdivision here, is going to be non-conforming. And the applicant is asking for this on the basis that he's undergoing medical care, that he's anticipating being end of life. And he would like one of his adult children to come down and live on the newly created parcel to be able to provide care for him going forward. He's got other personal matters that he cannot share the existing dwelling with the other family members, so they want to go and create a new parcel to build a new house there. So that's the reason for the variance request.
So the minimum lot requirement's 1.5 acres, and he has 2.65, so he doesn't have enough acreage for 2 conforming lots.
Correct.
So he's asking for a non-conforming lot in order to build a separate residence.
Correct.
Correct. And you say this is zoned R1,
This is zoned R1, yes, sir.
and is there public water and public sewer in the general area?
There is not, even if public sewer ran past there, the taps are not available.
Right.
So it would require, he has other obstacles to overcome as well to subdivide here. He'd have to have an approved 10,000 square foot drain field as well as a 10,000 reserve
Right.
to accomplish suitable well, and the like. Same as any other subdivision, but we cannot even approach that threshold without a variance.
And when were these lots created? His current lot?
I'll probably tell you, give me just a moment.
This plat here is 1992, but I would assume it's much older than that.
Most of this street is, or I want to say a significant part of the street is family. Other
Right.
family members have been popping their head in asking what dad's doing.
Yeah.
So I suspect that a lot of these have been kind of over the last, estimate is 30 years, but see what I can come up with.
Two streams? On the aerial shot here, I do not see. Oh,
I think that says Dirt Drive on the plat.
Yeah, this is a drive, a driveway that goes through here.
yes.
And the plat is there. So I guess if we're looking at it, we can rotate. Let's do this one more time here. This is the way it's illustrated from the GIS. So north is up in this case. So, you enter from the bottom here, and then the existing dwelling is on the right. They want to split it down the middle here and have another dwelling on the left, on the west side.
And just for.
And, Mr. Chairman, my apologies. I cannot log in to
Okay.
the courthouse data from this device because it's open on my desktop.
Okay.
For clarification, the summary of the request and the applicant is 151 Blakey's Fry, but we're actually looking at the variance on 288, the address.
Just a minute.
I've seen it 2 different times now. That's 288, and that's what it's showing.
This is the parcel. The
Okay.
applicant, the address that's on the application is where the applicant's tax bill goes to, which is
Okay.
down this same street.
Okay. I
The variance applies as it's presented here.
Okay, that makes sense.
288.
Yes.
Because I was like, 151
Yeah,
is
he own-
big.
he owns multiple property, and that's where his tax bill goes.
But the applicant lives at 288.
Yes, ma'am, he called me with the same concern you did. You did the wrong one. Nope,
Okay.
it's this one, promise.
Cool.
Yeah.
If I'm reading our notes correct, we approved this thing 2 other times,
Not
correct?
this
Not,
one.
Not this
Not
particular
this
case, sir.
case.
The next case.
Oh, okay. I'm getting too far ahead.
Yep, yep, that one stops there, yeah.
So they're thinking about putting that second house on the left, right there. What, that whole big gigantic piece of property that surrounds it, that number, any comment from any neighbor or anything?
We sent all the letters like we usually do,
Yes.
and I have had no comments from the neighbor behind, just some of the other neighbors on the street
Okay.
leading up to it, which were
They're all
coincidentally family.
Yeah, right, okay.
Khaki Taylor's property. Khaki Taylor's farm.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, I think we've sent a number of letters to the Taylors this year for a variety of things.
Yeah, I was always told back over the years on the planning commission that it was, and the term was always used, illegal for us to make a non-conforming lot. Now, is it, and this was previous attorneys and previous people involved, but,
Well, the planning commission cannot,
okay.
I cannot, you can.
Okay, that's what I wanted clarification. Have we ever, Sandra, you've been on this one
Yeah, I
here as
can't,
long as anybody.
I can't.
Can you ever remember creating a non-conforming
I
lot?
cannot.
You were asked to last month.
Exactly.
Yeah,
the
Yes,
attorney
Yeah.
did.
and we did not.
We
Yeah.
have a
And we
precedent.
didn't.
Exactly,
Right.
so that's what I'm thinking.
Well, that's what I was thinking too. That's why I'm asking.
So down the line, when this gentleman passes on, saying that we do what he would like us to do. There's now 2 non-conforming lots for
Instead of one.
sale
Well,
ultimately,
I
and-
suppose it's possible, depending on how he divides up the land, to have one conforming and the
Sure.
other
And one
non-conforming.
All right.
But I do not yet have a survey. Ordinarily, I would ask somebody to prepare a survey of what you want and, bring it to us.
Yes, right,
In this particular case, we're asking first.
yeah, okay.
And
But
so,
that certainly seems like a reasonable condition that could be imposed, that, the new lot created could, but the other would remain conforming. But I do not know what space will be needed for drain field
Right,
and how the
right,
soil
right,
looks.
right.
There's other matters at
It's
play.
hard to imagine that it could all work on this lot. quite
There are
frankly.
1-acre lots around where it works, but 20,000 square feet's half an acre, and you don't have a whole lot of space to play with and keep your well separation and all
Right,
that.
right.
There's other options, of course, you could, for easements to share water and what have you, but we try to avoid those for orderly development.
Sure.
so for him to put an addition on this existing house isn't an option?
Sounded like.
I
you
don't
said-
want to speak on his behalf,
Sure.
but based on our conversation that he did not write in his application, I would say that's probably not an option for him, not an advisable one. If he were here, he might tell you, but I don't want to air his personal.
Yeah, I'm
Right,
sure.
right,
Yeah,
right,
don't want you to speculate, but, yeah, I think you give him credit, he is trying to do it the correct way. I mean, he could just plop a temporary structure there and live on axles for a while.
Well, I mean, we did talk about provisions for, the county does have an ordinance for temporary housing for medical care.
Right,
You can park an RV somewhere, or, a park model or whatever. There's decent options for temporary housing on the site that would be permissible, but they are indeed temporary.
right.
So I'm sure that if something didn't happen here, he would explore other options.
What is-
And I don't know about the other estate planning.
Does that require an SUP, special use?
No, we issue those administratively.
Oh, okay.
So I have one active now and another gentleman getting a violation from me, who I'm sure will be my second active one in a minute, so.
Are they, what's the time frame on those?
I can tell you, I believe that the first one we issue for 12 months, and then we do 6-month renewals.
Okay, so there's a renewal.
Up to 24 months is what I remember off the top of my head, but if you give me just a moment, I can tell you for sure. Temporary housing. Such permit shall be issued for a period not to exceed 6 months and may be renewed for an additional 6 months, not to exceed a total of 24, for medical or for temporary emergency housing. The, for new construction allows, with an active building permit, a little bit longer. There's some other provisions. But we certainly would be more than happy to work with them on that. That's easy.
But it looks like he has an alternative with that.
I would say so.
I mean, I personally have a problem doing anything that creates a non-conforming lot. And like I say, we kind of set a precedent last month with something similar. I sure sympathize with his health issues, but it's really, really hard to overcome that lot size issue. But anyway, what's the pleasure of the BZA? Would you like to act on it tonight, or table it for 30 days and give Mr. Blakey the opportunity to present it to us? I think it's their call.
I would like to give him a chance to speak to us about it.
I think that would be the correct thing to do personally. Would you like to make that in the form of a motion?
Sure. I move that we table this for 30 days, give Mr. Blakey an opportunity to come appear before the board.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second,
the motion?
I'll second that motion.
So the motion is made and properly seconded that we table this for 30 days and give Mr. Blake the opportunity to present the case personally.
Point of order, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
May we phrase the matter in such a way that we go to the next, or to the December BZA meeting?
Is that
Perfect,
okay?
yes. that's
Yes,
fine.
sir, that is fine. Okay, all those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so we will table this until the next scheduled BZA meeting. Okay, our next case is case number V10253. Edward Williams has applied for a variance of Madison County Code of Ordinance Appendix 1, Article 4.3. The minimum lot area for permitted uses shall be 3 acres. All dwellings located on a single parcel shall require a minimum of 3 acres per dwelling. Madison County Code of Ordinance Appendix 1, Article 4.4.1, structure shall be located 50 feet or more from any street right-of-way, which is 50 feet or greater in width, or 100 feet or more from the center line of any street right-of-way less than 50 feet in width. Madison County Code of Ordinance Appendix Article 4-5, the minimum frontage for permitted uses shall be 250 feet at the setback line or measured at the location of the foundation of the subject parcel's principal dwelling or accessory building. The minimum distance which the building is required to be located from the street right-of-way or center line shall be known as the setback line. Madison County Court of Ordinance Appendix 1, Article 4.6.2, each main structure shall have a rear yard of 50 feet or more. Property on Ellie Road and further identified as Madison County Tax Map 50-21. So, is anyone here representing this case?
Mr. Williams is also informed of the date and time of this hearing, and he is not in the audience tonight, Mr. Chairman.
Alan, would you like to give a little history on this for us?
Yes, sir. I'm going to reference my notes here.
Yes, sir,
I'll put it up here real quick, too.
especially for the new members.
All right. So, this particular variance has come before the Board of Zoning Appeals twice prior. On October 21st in 2019, the Board of Zoning Appeals granted setback variances to the owner, who was Mr. McDaniel at that time, and the Board of Zoning Appeals imposed 2 conditions. The first was the home must be built within the first 2 years, and the variance was non-transferable. So on October 19th of 2021, with a new owner, Mr. Williams, who is our applicant tonight, did apply for a variance again. It was the same variance. They applied for the same as applies to R3. And the board once again imposed 2 variances. The variance approval is valid for a 2-year term. Therefore, the proposed dwelling must be permitted prior to October 21, 2023. And the variance to construct the single-family home cannot be sold or transferred. The minutes from both of those meetings are in your packet, should you choose to reference them. I did see Mr. Williams on October 17th, 2025, which is the date of this application, and he was seeking a building permit to construct on this property. However, his variance had once again expired. So I was not able to issue that permit, and he is seeking the same setbacks once again, which are R3. So that's where we stand. And again, I have not heard from Mr. Williams at all since he filled out the application, although he certainly has been notified. In fact, he is a owner with one of the adjacent parcels as well, so I'm sure he received the same letter as all the rest of his neighbors.
Okay. I don't know, the Board of Zoning Appeals doesn't typically give conditions, and then we gave conditions to that one, I remember that. I had my vote here, Rogers too. But I don't, is he ready to build then? Did he
Does he
indicate
come in with a survey or something? Does he get?
That is what he told me.
that he's ready to build?
But again, I I do not know. I think we've heard that before.
Sure, sure. Well, I'm comfortable with giving him an extension one more time, but, there's gonna have to be a limit at some point. That, I mean, I'm comfortable with doing another 2 years on it, but, and that's just my opinion.
And first one I remember, was this already a lot in existence prior
Yes.
to? the-
Yes, this was an existing
Grandfather.
lot
That's what I
from
was thinking, that's why we,
non-conforming. It is tight, though, and you can see
It
that
is.
the health department has already issued a permit for drain field construction on this site, and you can see it illustrated in the plat there, but there's no reserve on this lot. They don't have room for it.
I didn't think they would issue a permit without a reserve. But I guess
It's one of those situations where
they don't have a
it
choice.
exists. So they will work with an applicant, you know, in a lot of cases where something exists, where they wouldn't, you know, to create something new.
What's the scale on that?
Inch to 30 feet on this plat here.
Yeah, inch to 30.
So drain field size is
I can pull the permit.
100 by, $75 by $75, so it's that area is probably the drain field and the reserve.
So, yeah.
The interesting thing to me on that one was that it went under the neighbor's driveway, but
Yeah,
Yeah. well,
Yes.
neighbors gonna have to reroute that. Or the drain field lines are in the ground more than 43 inches, and then he could technically pave a driveway over top of it.
yeah.
I do not know how that will be constructed.
What?
I do not know how he will achieve that.
That's his problem. The neighbors.
No comment.
So I guess the question for me is, where's the hardship? Why didn't he do it in the time frame?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like this is a new owner. This is the same guy that came in 21. So,
And I guess for procedure, is there any comments from the audience? Anybody have any questions, comments? Okay. Back for zoning appeal. Yeah, that's a good point, but, knowing Mr. Williams, I'm just being a little sympathetic from my position of saying we've
give
already
him a
been through.
break, give him some more time.
Yes, that's kind of what I'm hitting at. But it's everybody's, you know,
Sure.
it's everybody's call and everybody's opinion. But, and again, especially since he isn't here, he can't tell us what his hardship is or was.
Do you want to table this one too?
I guess if it's the pleasure of the board, if, majority wants to table it till the next meeting, I guess we can, but that's, you know, like I say, it's the pleasure of the board.
Well, I'm happy to make a motion to, until the next BZA meeting, to give Mr. Williams a chance to show his face here and tell us what his hardship was.
So Suzanne is moving that this be tabled until the next, BZA meeting. Is there a second to the motion?
I second it.
Okay, any further, whether it's been properly moved and properly seconded, this case be tabled until the next scheduled meeting? Is any other discussion? Roger, you have anything to add to this one? Okay, any discussion? All those in favor of the motion to table, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed to the motion? Okay, so the, motion is approved unanimously to table this case until the next scheduled meeting, and encourage the applicant to show. And know, he might lose, any benefit of doubt if he doesn't show the second time.
That's right.
What else can you do?
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
exactly
right,
right,
right.
exactly right. Okay, is there any other business? Alan, do you have anything for us tonight?
Only if you have questions for me, otherwise I'm satisfied.
Okay. No other business, we need a motion to adjourn.
Move that we adjourn the meeting.
Is there a second?
Second.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you very much for everybody attending,
You?
and hopefully it's still raining when we go outside.
We will be having a December meeting for sure. I'll send some letters out.